Let me take these off. These are fantastic, but I don't think I can do PolymerClay in them. But I love the little grippies. Oh, and I love how they hug my hands. Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations. We're just going to double check and make sure that the audio is going. So our live streams, even if we send the email out a little early, if you read the email, it says they go from 3 until 6 p.m. Thank you, baby. So we're starting a little early today. And today we're going to be working with some PolymerClay and continuing and hopefully finishing the build on our big mushroom. Oh, well, that's my bad. It should say 3 to 6. So we'll have to get that tidied up. But thank you guys for always catching me every single time I mess up. So how are you doing today, Walk? But yeah, I really like this one because we were able to set the cap in there, and it sounds like the oven's preheated. And then it just screws right on like that. Now I was thinking about doing a frill very similar to how we did on this one, and I'd find myself kind of wishing that I had covered it and then added and then baked it, because it did add some little spots a little bit more than I would have liked from the little beads that I used to hold it up. But yes, it did. I was confused, but here we are now. Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm so sorry. Not so bad today, and you? I'm doing phenomenally today. Not even sending out the wrong times in the email can put a pall over that. It has been, after so many days for a while of maximum effort for minimum productivity, today has felt like minimum effort. Like everything has been going just really flow state really well. We got the shop update prepped and recorded and everything. Now it's not uploaded to the website yet, but I did we do the video tour before we bag everything up. That way you're not just looking at stuff through plastic bags. But we got that taken care of. We got, I don't know, probably other stuff too, but it's been a really nice day so far. So I'm going to be putting this onto one. Oh, and I got some stuff. We did a tutorial earlier this morning. We had dropped a tutorial to YouTube, published it and everything. And so I'm excited about that. Oh, I said it out loud. When I have a good day like this, I don't care if it jinxes it. I say it out loud because it's too good of a day to not sing from the hills. So I'm folding it, and I want to get those. Oh, thank you, honey. Those loose ends kind of tucked back in. There we go. Oh, thank you I'm going to put it into all chat instead of top chat. There we go. Hey, Angela. Oh, we're doing really well. Hey, Sherry. How are you doing today? And Bodega says, hey, guys. Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Randy. How's it going? It's going really, really well. Just a beautiful day. Getting everything scooched around. And so we still haven't baked this door yet. And did we bake these? No, I forgot to bake these. Okay. Well, those will get added on it. No, I didn't. It's not that I forgot to bake them. It's that I just haven't baked yet. Hey, Hoovian, how are you doing? So yeah, I'm going to try to make this one match this one a little more. And I think I'm actually going to try putting a door on this one. Just because I don't know, it's not quite, I think I'd rather have a door on it. So artist's prerogative to go ahead and change plans halfway through. And I'm just going to pass this through one more time, just for good measure. And then I don't know if I have enough clay here. Let me see if I can. No, that's definitely not enough clay. Let's see. Oh, my work surface has a little too much stuff on it. Oh, I was supposed to make a mold out of these. Look at what I just found. Put those back in there to let them hide until we get around to it. So I think I'm going to have to see if I have any brown clay in its pack. This is all I have. Uh-oh, is there any more in here? No? Okay. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit of clay. So here I've got, these are some old ones from Hobby Lobby. I don't even know if they still have these prices anymore. So I'm actually going to pull out a few of these and we'll double check our drawers just to make sure what colors am I using today. This is raw sienna and burnt umber. I really like those two. I also really like the chocolate, but I think I'm all out of that. So and I love using these. Let me show you how we store our excess clay. Because once I've opened a container of clay, of polymer clay, I like to keep them in these drawers here. But whenever I buy extra of the colors that I know that I like and use a lot, I put them in these little bins that we had gotten at like the dollar store or like maybe Walmart or something. But they just stack just perfect. And then the drawer closes, and they're also really great for storing alcohol inks. So very pleased with that. Organization makes me happy. It does not come naturally to me, but it's worth the effort. So what are y'all up to today? Well, now I'm thinking, do I need to resend the email with the corrected times, or you think it'll be all right? Okay, I trust you. Oh, I've got cords everywhere. Let's see if I can even get into these drawers. Which I tell you what, it was a feat of like, I have commitment issues whenever it comes. Ooh, I got some chocolate in here. And I love these drawers because they don't react with the clay so far. So we'll have, I'm going to cut off a bit or break off a bit of the chocolate toned Sculpting Primo, which is 100% my favorite. As much as I do love the Cos clay, it's not perfect for everything, but neither is the Sculpting Primo. So we're going to come in here and we're going to, oh, and I just love, because sometimes the Cos clay is like quite crumbly and that makes me a little crazy. Looks like chocolate caramel, right? I love it. And then this one, we have the burnt umber. Do I have anything in that drawer? No, I'd used up that. Cool. So I'm on my, you might need to go. I'm trying to get my side. Gotta calm down. Oh no, so I can walk in the parade tomorrow. Oh, Shell. Are you doing like icing or heat or everything? I'm cheering for you. That sucks. Sciatica does. It's not being nice to me today. Oh no. Anika says, hi, how are you today? We're doing really well, Anika. Ooh, hey, Ernest. Oh, well, thank you. Keep doing good, says I'm working on a bunch of polymer clay bezels for dragon eyes. Oh, that's always so fun. Ooh, I got an itchy nose. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze in your ear. Forbidden chocolate. Do not nom. I will not bite the polymer clay. Danke. Doing everything right on. Well, drink your water and don't forget to relax. That way, hopefully you can help with the inflammation. Okay, so we will be using a porcupine quill and a wire brush to do the texture because I'm going to make a miniature friend of this door for this mushroom, which I'm excited about. So why don't you come out and tell us what she... Uh-oh, I can't read the rest of it because there's a heart in the way. Use this for what? What do we use for what? How are you doing today, Judy? Okay, so we have the Primo Sculpey, and we have it in a couple of different colors here. And I'm just going to grab my tissue blade, and I'm going to kind of slice each of these. What is this, like a 1/2 ounce? If that's a 2 ounce block. Yeah, I think that's a 1/2 ounce. I'm just... Oh, thank you. Oh, Anika, that makes me so happy. I was actually trying to make a shirt that looks like malachite. And this one's actually the one from the tutorial whenever we recorded showing how we made it. But we do have a couple of sister pieces of it if you're interested up on our website. Though we are only shipping to the continental United States at this time. Just because it's so expensive. I'm not going to charge somebody $30 shipping just for them to have to pay for like VIN and all that stuff. So, oh, I didn't cut these even. Oh, thank you, Lydia. More Fairy House creations. Yes, this is the third live stream that we've done on this fairy house, and I'm really hoping that we are able to get it done today. We used for the core, I used one of Randy's clearly Canadian glass bottles that he hadn't taken the enameling off of yet. Doing my stretches and Voltaren and massager and Tylenol, you name it, I'm doing it. Good luck to you, Michelle. Oh, I hope you're able to walk in the parade. Yeah, only 9 minutes late. Well, I'm 3 hours late according to my email that I sent out. I forgot to update the time from last Friday or from Tuesday, because it was Tuesday was our odd day that we streamed from noon till 3, whereas normally it's 3 till 6 or later. Okay, so we could condition this by hand. I'm still waiting for Judy to I don't understand. She says, so why don't you come out and tell us what she uses? I'd love to tell you if I knew what you were talking about. Hey, Marion, how are you doing? Oh, well, thank you. I really enjoy getting to make them, so I appreciate y'all being here hanging out with me. So if you don't have a pasta machine, you can still work with PolymerClay. I just really recommend if you're able. How come it won't? I thought it zoomed out farther than that. Oh, well. You can condition it by hand, but I'm going to have mercy on myself. And the reason why I cut them the way that I do is so that it is very easy to just pass that clay through the pasta machine. And so I'm going to get these conditioned together. Do you have a good time with your friends the other day? We did. It was such a good time. We're so blessed to have the friends in our life that we have. Every single one of them I'd take on the Oregon Trail with me. Like, it's so wonderful to have kind, considerate, thoughtful people who care about us right back. Like, what a blessing friends are. And we got to eat smoked cheeseburgers, and they make this I ate like a whole block of cream cheese. I'm not even mad. But it's so good. It's like a smoked cream cheese covered in like kind of sweet and spicy seasoning. And you just eat it like on some crackers, or you can dip really anything in it. You can just eat it with a fork and spoon. Like, okay, so that's that one. We're going to start getting these ones passed through. I no longer know which color was which, but well, the light one, what is this? Raw sienna, and then one of these is chocolate and one of them is burnt umber. But it's not real chocolate. It is the forbidden chocolate. And this one's, I think this is the chocolate because it's being a little flaky. Very old brick of chocolate clay. But no, it was a fantastic time. But that's usually, we don't schedule stuff for Tuesday afternoons, but everything lined up and we really wanted to see them. But yeah, for most of the time moving forward, unless I mess up again or we change it, you won't know till we post it. Most of the time the live streams will be from 3 until 6 p.m. Is it getting darker? Yeah. I think we've got weather rolling in. That'll be all right. Let's get some lights going. Oh, my good big Z boy. But yeah, we just woke up and kind of hit the ground running. I got to tell you guys about developments on the school that we found that we want to buy. So we're going to go see it later in the month. We contacted the real estate agent. It is zoned commercial, but the agent does not anticipate that it's going to be a problem to get it zoned as dual purpose for commercial and residential. So says the lie channel. It also said there was only a low percentage this morning and it was raining this morning, so boo and hiss. Well, time will tell. Oh, it'd be cool if it thunderstormed right now. I like a good thunderstorm. All right. Well, thank you for checking the weather for me, honey. But the lady didn't know where the septic tank is, but we are cleared to get a septic inspection prior to purchasing to be able to find out where that is. So that may be something that we do just to get a quote, like we'll call around in the area. But there's no liens, there's no easements, there's no unpaid taxes on the property. It's just derelict AF. Like, she was very clear. She was like, there's a hole in the gymnasium roof. And I'm like, honey, from the pictures, there's a couple of them. And like all over the school. But there's a confirmed gymnasium. So that's awesome. And then not city sewer. No, it's a septic system. It had 23 toilets though. So I think we'll be able to handle it. I think if it's still intact, it'll be able to handle. We should be fine. Like, right? Challenge accepted, says Randy. Hey Itzy, how's it going? Power poopa. But we're also like right there in town. It probably wouldn't be too much trouble if we wanted to get put on the city sewer, but we'll play that by ear as we go too. What else was there? We're allowed to have chickens. There's no regulations around keeping chickens. The only regulations that they have is that it is unlawful to let your animals run through the street, which I think is fair and reasonable. And they said no swine. And I'm like, okay, so it'll be all right, I suppose. But what guinea swine? I don't know. I'm not going to push the rules. Like, pigs are smarter than me, and that's difficult. Like, guinea pigs? Oh, I thought you meant like the wee bitty pigs. I could probably have a legion of guinea pigs. They're just running unlawfully in the streets. Yeah. But yeah, so that was really cool to get to find that out. But we're cleared to go see it. She was just like, you'll need to bring flashlights because all the electrical, I guess folks had gone through and just like ripped out. Well, she said it was all ripped out. That all the electrical was ripped out. Which they just got a head start on the demolition. So we expected that. Randy does not seem pleased. But it also doesn't have any windows that haven't been bashed out, and it doesn't have any doors. So it's perfect. I'm gonna have to take off my wing. Marcellus, will you hold that for me? Thank you, buddy. Oh, Itzy says, I'm nervous. My friend on YouTube has invited me to do a live with her tonight at 12 a.m. my time. Ooh, I'm doing my journal. That's gonna be really cool, but I don't think, what time is that my time? I want to watch, and I don't know if I'll be awake. Yeah. Oh wow, almost lost power. I hope y'all are being okay. Well, it's not official till it's official. But whatever happens moving forward, I have officially called the real estate agent for the first time. So next time on the next property, it'll be a little less scary and I'll have a little better idea of what questions to ask. And I completely forgot. I was top of my list was, are there any similar properties in the area? Completely forgot. I get so tunnel visioned, and I need to not be that way because I should consider all options. Okay, so now that we have these nice and conditioned, I'm going to change the camera view again. Built in the 40s, new electric, probably a good idea. Take a class. Yeah. Oh, I think we're going to go with somebody licensed on the electrical. There's some things that Randy and I feel tentative about that we could do ourselves. There's some things that we feel very confident we'd be able to do ourselves. And then there's some things that we're 100% like, no, we're outsourcing that. And I'm excited though. If repo homes, some people are bad when lose a place. I'm sorry, can you? Gotcha. No, it was a school that the town owned. And then after it wasn't a school anymore, yeah, here comes the wind. Front edge of the storm. Um, whenever all the schools started going to the county school, um, they just made it into a community center, but it wasn't very well maintained. And so they kind of abandoned it, and then a guy bought it and had plans but left it kind of abandoned. And now hopefully we'll be able to buy it. So, but just miscreants, going about. Yeah, these look almost exactly the same. I'm just going to use one of them instead of using both. Oh, thank you, Lydia. Haunted? Probably. If there's a ghost, I'm putting their asses to work. 5 acres. It's on 4.5. They can't haunt all of us, says Randy. No, we live in a house that was built in 1905, and I get along good with ghosts, I suppose, mostly in that I don't notice them. Does it have electricity? It is wired. It was wired up. There's electricity on the property. There's just not in the school because they gutted it. But we won't have to get it reconnected to the city power grid. I think I saw they dropped the price. They did. Probably because another hole fell through the roof. But we're primarily interested in it for the land that it's on. Our goal is to make a botanical statue garden. Well, it's like botanical and statue. So, which I think would be really amazing. And to be able, and that if the school is it refurbished? Is that the word? Renovated? If we're able to renovate the building and use it, we'd like to turn it into a kind of private, private only in the sense that it's not open 7 days a week, but we'd like to make a maker space, kind of thing where we could host classes and stuff out of. Because still, whenever we wanted to put on Campcraft along and we were looking for venues and they wanted 30,000 for the weekend, and I was like, Mick, what? Now we found some other venues that weren't charging that, but it was still, we were like, if we paid this much once a month, we could have a really nice property. What's up, baby? A process in lead paint. Yeah, lead paint and asbestos, just like the house we're living in. Black mold, just like the house we're living in. Do it. The squirrels pulled all the asbestos out. We didn't have any insulation at all, did we? Then why is there asbestos in my yard? I think we have asbestos from the squirrels putting it there from the neighbor's house. My friend has a photo of my house in 1854, cobbled roads and a horse and cart. Oh, that is so cool, Itzy. Thank you, squirrels. Doing squirrels work. It's getting dark. Ooh. One thing to look out for in old structures is asbestos. Yeah.
I can see us saying,
Yeah?
hey, all you dead guys, start paying rent.
I don't know if y'all can hear him, but Randy just went, I can see us doing a seance. Hey, all you dead guys, start paying rent. It's just, but no, it used to be an old elementary school. So it's probably like super haunted from like crushed childhood dreams and frustration from math. Yeah. I'm still looking at the wrong spot. Y'all gotta let me know. All right. So I'm just folding and rolling and twisting. And I'm going to try to get a decent marbling. Here we go. This stuff's stiff, though. That's good for making canes. How are you doing today, Pro? Is any of this weather hitting y'all? But yeah, we're going to go look at it. We've got some friends coming and looking at it with us. We've got Randy's dad, who used to work construction, coming. Like, Randy's grandpa built houses. Like, he was a carpenter, like, for his basically entire career, as far as I understand it, right? For a long time. And my father-in-law was a carpenter until he went over to Iraq in the army and did, that and lived his whole life. But and then Randy used to help his dad, and Randy actually took Randy took shop classes all through high school to get the certification that was necessary to be able to work construction in the state of Texas. But his senior year, how did it go? Y'all got a new teacher? Got a new shop teacher who in the last semester who was like, oh, no, this other teacher's been teaching you all wrong, and scrapped all of the seniors in Randy's class that year. None of them got their certification. But the man knows his way around some tools, and I believe in him and I trust his judgment. And when Randy looks at something and he says, we can do this, I believe in him, because every single time that we have for 20 years, when we put our heads together and we lean into that yoke, we get the work done. It doesn't always come out the way that we had planned it, but we have a blast. And this has been our dream since those first couple of road trips where, traveling to conventions. I love it. This is the part that I'm going to use. We bought some of our first lottery tickets at a gas station, and that started the lottery dream of and it started with how would we modify the property that we're on? How are we going to, there's a lot of dreaming that can evolve in 20 years. And this is, it kind of fits. It's not 200 acres the way the dream originally was, but it doesn't need to be. But what about his thumb? He still has his thumb. I almost cut my finger off with leather scissors. Crafting happens. Level 3. It stormed last night, this morning, but it finally done for a few days. Right on. Well, the rain just started here. Oh, that'd be wild, Lydia. Okay, so I used just a little bit of some scrap brown clay that had been all mixed together. I don't know what color that was, but that gave us those kind of more red tones. And then I used raw sienna and burnt umber. And you just fold and roll it until it gets those nice shapes. And then I'm going to put this one back into the burnt umber, because I know I opened up a fresh block of burnt umber, and I think I had just put burnt umber into the chocolate bin because I'm a bad Vaughn. So I'm going to cover this part. We're going to have a door and a window because I kind of, Is it? That would be really cute. Yeah, that'd be really cute, but that's too much door for house. There's a dog house. You gotta let the dog come on in. Oh, Bodega says pay rather. Fruit people breed guinea pigs for food like the regional version of rabbits. Oh, right on. Oh, just have the ghosts guard the property and terrify stuff that means harm ill intent away from the property. That'll be how they pay rent. Hell yeah. If I had some guard ghosts, you bet I'd be living out milk, bread, and honey. If Randy says, "What do you mean if?" That's a good point. So we'll take it. But we've learned along the way that it's not always about making the right choice. It's about making the choice right. And so if it pans out, I feel like it was meant to be. And if it doesn't, I feel like that's meant to be. And so I'm actually going to take, let me pull this down so you can see what I'm looking at. Hey, Simone, how are you doing today? Simone. Oh, well, thank you, Michelle. That looks beautiful, Vaughn. Love the look you got with the clay. Just fold and roll, and I just do it until I fold and roll, and then I fold and pass it through the pasta machine until we start to get that really beautiful texture. Just letting the clay do its thing. So I'm going to use, these are cookie cutters. These are actually fondant cutters that came from a, what you call it, like fondant cutters that are supposed to be dahlia leaves. And that's why there's so many of them in those gradiated size. So, and I'm just checking to see. I think this will be a perfect shape. It's going to be a little too big, but we'll size it down. And so I'm just going to pick a section. I'm going to do right here. Let's see how far down. We can always trim some more off. Trimming into that. Then I'm just going to set that off to the side. I was, but it's got stuff all over it. So oftentimes I'll have the ambition to do something and it'll just have to wait until I get around to it. Or you could do a craft along spirit goth theme. Well, I'm hoping that, so let's say everything goes amazingly well and we've got luck on our side. And we get the garden established and we get the school renovated. My goal would be to have a fairy ball where we all dress up. Oh, that kind of ruined it, didn't it? Nah, there's no such thing as it being ruined. It's just different now. Okay. And we'd all dress up in costume and frolic around through the garden where we would, like, some of the sculptures aren't for sale, some of them are for sale, and some of them would be silent auction only, just depending on what's going on that day. That's too big. Let me grab a smaller one. I'm gonna have to just move this whole cart back out. Sorry, babe. There we go. And we'd have the whole gymnasium done up like a fairy, like 80s prom. And so I think that would be a really fun thing to do periodically. Okay, so that's the cutter that we had used. So that'll be what we cut the hole out with. And now, just like on the other door, I'm just gonna pull strokes all in the same direction. I love getting to listen to the rain. I don't know if the microphone's picking up on it, but just the sounds of the cars going by and the rain hitting the air conditioner unit. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. And there is fiber internet in the area. The town that we were looking at only has a population of like 500, but they do have fiber internet. So I'm excited about that because we'd still be able to like stream and stuff. Oh, hey Lynn, how's it going? An artist hard at work, cool stuff. Oh, well, thank you. Another crafter's nightmare theme fairy houses. Ooh, that'd be cool. But yeah, things went well enough at Anime St. Louis, and fortunately we had prepared enough inventory that even though sales went really well at Anime St. Louis, I still have the room and freedom now leading up to Dragon Con to just focus on art pieces, which, gosh, that's really nice because that was so much like hard work trying to get all of kind of our baseline and filler inventory made just so that, you know, and we'll still need to make more earrings and there'll be some stuff, but for the most part, I'm not going to have to like make 200 ear cuffs again. So we should be okay for like a minute, or we won't, but that's tomorrow Vaughn's problem. Today, Vaughn is making a fairy house. Oh, that's not even centered at all. That's okay. Like Randy said, this one's a doghouse. And what's nice too is we can take one of these little gears, in case you want to let the dog go back on me. And I'm just gonna press like that. Because they're neighbors, they don't have to have the same front door. Anika says, if you have a fairy ball, I will find a way to come. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be a lot of fun. And so this one, we might be able to just turn into like a shutter. Or just make, I don't know, we'll see. Like, I don't know. That's a good thinking though. But I am gonna, ooh, it's kind of stuck on there. Let's see. Nope. All right. So I'm gonna try to get in here with my porcupine quill and just scrape back that excess. There we go. No yawning, baby. What you yawning for? Somebody's headed to Sleepy Town Junction. All aboard, crazy engine. Sleepy Time Junction is so near. Okay, where's that tissue blade again? I needed to be able to get the crumbly bits out. Do 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 do. Well, that's super cool. And I could not find, it kind of bums me out, but I couldn't find the pieces that I wanted to use as the hardware on the door. So let me go grab just a little bit of scrap wire and I'll see what we can do about getting the like hinge mechanisms made on this. Wait, what do I need? Oh yeah. Ooh, what color should we use? Alright, we're gonna use the vintage bronze because it's pretty, that's why. Ooh, and then I'll need these pliers, and then I'll need these pliers, and then maybe, yeah, let's get a hammer. Not that hammer though, that's silly. I'll use this one instead. Oh, and then I'll need a hammer block. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Well, what's up, big boy? I love you. It's hard to pet you with a steel block in my hand. Let me set this down. All right, pets for the Z-Dog. Oh, what a good baby. All right, so we have some 18 gauge vintage bronze that we actually sent out in last month's craft along kits, which, by the way, we have our new craft along project is up on our YouTube channel. So that if you are interested in making some captive bead chainmail, I'm really excited about this month's video. And we actually got it out in time. Possible grants for solar power, maybe not a thing anymore, but worth looking into. We've gotten some different phone calls about that for this house here in Missouri. I don't know if they do it in Tennessee, but that is definitely something that we'll be keeping an ear open to. All right. So now we're gonna take just a little bit of this wire, and I'm gonna cut off 2 lengths of it. And I'm gonna have them be about 2 inches, so like 3 finger lengths, or the width of 3 fingers on my hand. Okay. There we go. Whatever length they are, I just want them to be the same. And I'm gonna make a little spiral on one end. And I'm gonna kind of cinch that down. And then I'm gonna make a spiral on the other end. But just like a little whoop, whoop, like that. Trust the process. Maybe. We'll see. But no, the number one thing right now between us and getting that property is money. We're hoping that we'll be able to apply and get a loan. A first-time home buyer's loan is not going to work because of the kind of property that it is, according to the real estate agent. And then, all right, do we have it? I think I'm going to bend it like right here. Both of my wrists just popped. So yeah, I'm going to line this up then. And so if anybody has had the need for some jewelry or tie-dye or craft along kits, that's where every penny of all of that is going towards right now. Is trying to save up enough of a down payment that whenever we go to our bank, hopefully they'll loan us the money. So I'm kind of going to be hustling as hard as I can to get a bunch of new stuff made. And if anybody's interested in any custom work or anything like that between now and the end of May, it's like cram time. Okay. So for these, I was thinking that that would be like our little door hinges. And I don't know which way I prefer it, but loud noises. I'm going to start. Do you have some tape, honey? I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna hold it down with my hand. Thank you though. I think it would just leave sticky on it, and this isn't running away on me the way I was afraid it would. So I'm just hitting it with the flat side. And this is that 18 gauge wire, so I'm really pleased with that. Simone says, I'm excited for the camp out this year. I am too. It's a beautiful grounds. I'm really glad that Hawk had recommended it to us and that we were able to stop by and see it, because I think it's going to be perfect. Is my hope. And by perfect, I mean not flooded, so that should be pretty good. Lowered expectations. But no, I mean, the past couple of years have been so amazing. I know at some point the weather's going to be terrible. Like we've got to have some year that is the worst year ever. It just happens. And so I just live in a chronic state of acceptance of this is just going to be the worst thing ever. And then it's amazing. And I'm like, well, it'll surely be the worst year next year. So pretty optimistic for a puddle gump. Do what? Are you saying this or did somebody read it? Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't hardly hear you, and I don't think they can hear you. And so I was either going to have you repeat it or I can. Okay, Bodega says, I see it, honey. No. On YouTube. Where at? I don't have. I am. I think there might be something wrong with my phone. Does the school have a basement cellar, a dry one? I don't know. It's the ad says that it's single story, so we're gonna go and see it. Yeah, Simone says by September the water should be down. That'll be really cool. Did you find it? Where was it? Right on. Hey Tigra. It says if they do offer grants for solar, you could also check to see if producing more power than you need results in them paying you for the excess. That would be really cool. Benjamin says, are you moving? Yes, we hope so. We are like already collecting boxes and everything. Nothing is official. It could all just be getting excited over nothing because if I don't get the loan, I don't get the loan, and that's going to put the nail in that for now. But it is time for us to go back to Tennessee. You can set your income because of having the business. Well, see, the thing is, we don't really. Did you have to do something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that it was there and I just wasn't seeing it. Gotcha. Okay. That way get approved. Trust me, I had a business in 4 houses. Well, I'm not certain how to do that in a way that's honest because my income's only what my income is. Like, so unless like I don't want to lie and say I made more money than what I did, you know. Oh, I hope so. That's actually getting the animals transferred over is one of the big stressors that I hope everything goes smoothly. Okay, so now we've got, and we can position. And I actually want to take these, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to use the box hinge of my pliers to hold it, and then I'm just going to press super, super sharp angle. So just that little bit of the tip. And I want them to be, because I want it to be able to hug the edge. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that. We don't know if it has a basement or cellar. We're going to go, we got the realtor's permission to go and take a look at it. And we'll be doing that at the end of the month whenever we're in that area. So there we go. They're not exactly, what I was thinking, but I'm actually pretty in love with them. Like, what do you think of that, baby? I'm digging it. How do we what kind of doorknob should it have? Hey, Mama Kay. I have come in late and missed your news. What are you talking about? Can you fill me in, please? Randy and I found an abandoned, derelict elementary school in Tennessee on 4.5 acres for $89,000. And it already has electric, it already has water. Now they're like turned off and the electric's gutted out from the inside of the school apparently, but we're gonna have to demo it back to the studs anyways. The foundation and the walls look pretty good. It needs a new roof. It's 21,000 some odd square feet. And it sparked joy in our hearts so hard we're going for it. We're gonna try. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll keep you guys posted every step of the way. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And it's a lot of the time, like, I don't know how many times Randy and I have been on this roller coaster and just not said anything, because if we brought it up every time we got our interest piqued by something, y'all be sick of hearing it by now. Which, I mean, y'all probably are anyhow, just with the few times that it has happened. But nothing has. Ah! Why am I like this? Okay, let me go clean up a mess real quick. Mess on Isle Vaughn. Those are, yeah, they're a little big. That's a little big for a crystal doorknob. That's very pretty. Will you be able to do vids? So happy for you both. Yes. And that's our hope, is to be able to document the entire process and everything. That's part of the business like the business plan, is that we'd be documenting the process and sharing it through the videos, and hopefully learning a whole lot from people on the internet about what to do and what not to do, and get advice and stuff that way. All aboard, cries the engineer. Sleepy time junction is so near. So this might be a really cool. Yeah, it's in Tennessee, Randy says. Oh no. It's okay. All the beads are picked up. Nothing's broken. Disaster averted. I saw my first hummingbird yesterday of the season. And I'm very, very excited. Okay. So I'm just putting that. Is this a little keyhole? I don't have a knob yet, but we'll get there. Sleepy time junction. Keep my fingers crossed and say a prayer for you. Is it in Tennessee? Thank you, Mama Kay. It is. It's in Tennessee. It's right around, like, we'll be like a 40-minute drive from family, which is just how the family's all triangulated from each other nowadays anyway. So, Anika, thank you so much. Anika just gifted 5 subscriptions over on Kick, which is where we get like 95 cents on the dollar. So thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, Anika. Thank you. You can barter the price when it's in need of repairs. That's a good idea. I have 0 bartering skills, and I feel like it's a very reasonable price. Like, there's nowhere else that I've been able to find that's flat and has a driveway and has electric and water and a septic tank. Even if things need repairs done to it, just the cost of getting, because Randy and I had been looking at raw land for years, because, if we had the opportunity to develop it ourselves and save some of the old trees, but everything that we could find was already logged. Didn't have driveways, didn't have power or water, anything. And so it would have been more expensive with that. It would have been more expensive than that from what we had quoted, just to get a piece of like undeveloped land and put like a mobile home on it or something. Like, so we were like, even if the school is beyond any hope of repair and all we do is demolish it, all of those bricks, like just the bricks that it's made out of alone, we'd be able to use to build up the walking paths and the gardens and everything for the sculpture garden. Which we'll see how it goes. But for today, we are here being present, playing with our PolymerClay. Is there a reality show that helps with things like that? Thank you, Anika. Oh, Helps with things like what? Ooh, maybe. All right, so I'm taking this, I'm blotting it in the cap. This is the Carbon Black Pearlex pigment. It doesn't have a shimmer to it, which I'm very happy about. Because sometimes I want stuff to have a nice little glittery shimmer, and sometimes I just want it to have a fair little bit of maybe a smoky grime to it. But I'm reminded of times in the past whenever we've talked about things like this, and I had some folks that I had considered friends to me kind of try to shut Randy and I down with the you don't know what you're getting into and you have no idea and stuff. And it's like, first off, yes, we don't know what we're getting into because we haven't done it yet. We didn't know what we were getting into when we started our business either, but we are not strangers to hard work. And like I had said, if Randy believes in us, I believe in us. Because there have been times that Randy followed me blindly into this dream that we had of doing everything that we do now. Oh, I just love the way that that brings out some of those higher details. So now that being said, poke all the holes you can into all the theories that we have, because using y'all as a sounding board to figure out what the obstacles are helps us. Once we know what the problem is going to be, then we know how to fix it. It's like, okay, so the septic system is trashed. Now we need to, how do we put in a new septic system or repair what's there? Like, it's the obstacle is the way. Now, are y'all going to stay in current house while you do replacing barrels, or are you going to rent camp while you build? Yes, there's good bones. Ooh, and that's we're hoping for. So, manly thing you barter. Oh, Randy hates haggling, so we'd bring my friend James. He is an expert haggler and enjoys it. I hate haggling. It's like, just tell me what you want me to pay. Like, because if it's reasonable, I'll get it. If it's not, I'll go without. But haggling for fun is it just stresses me out. All right, let's see. Thank you, Lydia. Oh, tent camp. Oh, I would 100% tent camp. We're thinking ideally, Michelle, we'd be able to get a loan for that property without having to sell this house right away. That way we can kind of transfer over. But we're bracing ourselves for kind of needing to do it quick. Whether we have to sell this house right away to be able to get the loan, or however it pans out, we want to hurry up and get there. But we're going to be spending a spell living with Randy's dad, I think, which is going to be amazing. So, because that's one of the houses that his grandpa built, is where his dad lives. And it was one of Randy and I's first homes together back whenever we house sit while his dad was overseas. And it'll be like coming home again. It's where we lived right before we moved here. So it's where Sam and Z were born. Good Bones is the reality show that renovates properties. That'd be cool. Well, I can't speak to that, Lydia, because if that were my property and I were selling it, I can't imagine it going any lower than what it already is, because they've already lowered it by almost, gosh, the original listing was like 240,000. So it's already lowered quite a bit. So yeah, it's going to have its own unique struggles that we cannot anticipate, but I'm very excited about it anyways. So, which that's the best I think I can hope for in any scenario. So I don't know why I did these little beads, because now I don't know how I'm going to do the door knob. Unless I had some ball head pins. I'll be right back, you guys. I must do a rummage. Oh, I'm going to rummaging. I get sad every time I look at that bird feeder and there's not a bird on it. I just want to see it eat. Hummingbirds, where are you? I know it's raining, but aren't you hungry? Ah, I'll just need to camp out the window. Why am I in here? Ball pins. Okay. That's the wrong drawer. Ooh, that's a pretty leaf, though. What color ball pin? Harumph and grumble, I say. Ooh, I'm gonna make them have matching. Yeah. So they're just gonna be like a wee bitty. The ball pins I have are wee bitty. You think that'll be all right? Okay, so instead of poking these through immediately, I'm going to wait until these have been baked. So I'm just going to make the hole initially. And I'm just using a porcupine quill. And now there's enough of a hole that I can clear that out. It's going to be tough, but I know y'all can do it. Make it beautiful. I can't wait. And y'all can do a camp along there and we can come and help. Oh, that'd be so cool. Free labor. It's a wee bitty house. Yeah. Hey, Brooke, how's it going? So I've been on market for over 30 days. I really appreciated all of the questions that y'all had given me on Tuesday. I went back and I was able to write them down, and whenever we asked the real estate agent, it helped me so much. So thank you guys for that advice. So I think for both of these, I think that's done. I'm gonna go pop it in the oven, and then whenever we come back, we're gonna put this, we're gonna put the frill on it. And I bet I can bake these for just 15 minutes. I just want to get them stabilized up because it says 30 minutes for every 1/4 inch, and that's an 1/8 inch thick. It's going pretty well, actually. The past week was stressful, but things are looking up today. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm sorry it was stressful, but you made it through and things are looking up, so that's always good. Or a stud earring. Oh, instead of a ball pin. If I had it, I would use it, but that's a really good idea. That would give us a much larger bead. That's a good idea. Don't forget your flowers to bake. Thank you. I'm going to go pop those in because I'm pretty sure they're just going to get mangled if I don't go ahead and get it. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, it's hot in here. But yeah, we'll be making some more of these glow-in-the-dark calla lilies today too, I think. Because I think that's going to be how I'm landscaping it. There we go. Whew. Are you able to hear what we're saying over here? Okay, I had read it or did it already. Thank you though, honey. Ooh, getting pizza. If the ball pin is long enough, you could add a round bead. Oh yeah. Marion says, don't drop it. And timer. I did set a timer. It's on the side of the fridge, so we're doing good on the timers today. I was not doing good with timers the other day, though, I tell you what. Okay, so there's those two. The frill. What a frilly billy. Okay. So we're zooming this out, bringing this around. And I'm going to feed it in long ways because I think it's going to be cool. And then moving it over to the size 2. And I think I'm going to leave it there at that. Now, I am going to use a little bit of foil. I'm going to set this one off to the side. I'm going to be using just a little bit of foil. Uh-oh. Well, What kind of pizza are you getting, Itsy? Okay, there's that. That's precarious. I'll turn it sideways. I don't need the phone falling over and breaking again. Okay. Thank you for believing in us, Michelle. I hope that I've surrounded myself with people who are, whenever you see me doing something foolish, you let me know. You know, it's like set a timer, but it's also just finding a balance between, you know, I don't want to just be surrounded by people who are like, yeah, you can do it, sure, whatever, or, you know, oh, she's not going to listen. I hope that I surrounded myself with folks who are wise, which I do feel like I've done, and I hope I'm wise enough to take good advice. So is my hope in this situation. So I'm just coming through, and I'm glad that I baked this already, because it's really putting me in a position that I can just smush smash some foil, which is apparently perfectly good to cut with scissors. These are now like the sharpest scissors in the house, probably, with all the foil cutting I've been doing. But this should hold up the frill without damaging the lower part of the clay. Oh, well, I appreciate you. And so now I'm just going to come through and I'm stretching just a very little bit around one side. Because for one thing, this is giving us a really cool kind of edge, but also it's letting us get a nice shape for around the bottle. Your scissors get blunt, just cut foil a few times. Right on. Hey, Tiggy. Timers are good. I've lost count of all the cups of tea that have gone completely cold because I got too wrapped up in a project. That's why I don't drink a whole lot of teas, because I forget to save it from being overbrewed. Okay. And so now again, just coming in, trying to very gently, and this is why I didn't stretch this any thinner than what we did, is because I think it'll come out plenty thin by the time it's all said and done. There we go. Now let's see if we can just come around here. And I'm just going to use our scissors again. Ooh, Michelle says, I know a bunch of places to get stuff for cheap or free, building stuff. Right on. The main thing that we're looking at is it's important to us to do the roof in metal is what we'd like. And once we've had it inspected and have the rafters of the roof repaired to the point that we can start roofing it, that's going to be a really substantial cost to try to do. So we figured one thing at a time. I just heard a hummingbird. Did you hear that? I'm pretty sure that high-pitched, like, mean little chirping. They're the bossiest beasts in the yard. They really are. Aw, Mama Kay says, I believe that Randy and yourself are smart enough to be able to follow your own heart and know the best decision for both of you. So we figure, thank you, first off, but we figure even if worst case scenario, we buy it, all that can be done is to demolish it and then sell it off into 10 half-acre plots for people who want to build their own houses. It's got roadside frontage on 3 sides, so we'd be able to go that route as well. Like, it's just, I'm just hopeful, and I'm terrified. I'm gonna be honest, I'm terrified of somebody buying it out from under us. But, you know, if that's what happens, then that's what's meant to be. All I can do is try my best, and that is certainly what we are doing. Okay. So I don't want to like attach this to the bottle just yet because I don't want it to be foil textured on the inside. So what we're going to do here now is we have our cannonball. I think it's actually just like a shot put ball or something. Yeah, and you can see where that was already starting to bite in on the inside of the foil or of all the mushroom. Hey, Brendel, how's it going? Mushroom, mushroom. Ah. And so now I can press and sculpt and blend, and it'll just be a little stuck to the cling wrap when it's all said and done. And so I'm just going to bring this around. And I'm using our 8mm ball stylus with a little bit of spritzed water just directly onto the clay. Says a little bit proceeds to waterboard the clay. But it reduces drag. And we're just going to shape this around. And I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go like that. How are you doing today, Brendel? What are you up to? And any little crumbly bits, we just rub off. And in fact, I secretly hope that everybody who thinks we're being foolish will leave a comment on all of our videos, every single one of them, like 3 comments. Yeah. Because that would do so much to help the channel. So, and I think if we're going to be brave and bold and do this, I'm going to have to get really used to people accusing us of being whack jobs. But it's okay. Randy and I will just sit in our derelict gymnasium eating stale microwaved popcorn from my prepper stash and laugh at the comments. Probably laughing because of how right everyone is, but still, it's my dream, dang it. It's actually, I think, Randy, I hate to speak for you, but I think this is your dream just as much as it is mine. He's over there going, I mean, yeah, kinda. Right on, Anika. And I really do feel like if anybody feels this spark in their heart, the way that I've been feeling, and that, I mean, I saw Randy come to tears, you know, just having hope for our future and everything. It was anything that sparks us like this, I feel obligated to pursue, because it may not end up looking like how we're imagining, but it's gonna be something. Why not me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So it gave it like a colored spot from the, it's got a birthmark from the circle cutter, I suppose. Why not me on a rainy day? Why not me when the clouds are gray? Why not me? Okay. So now I'm going to scooch that over. We're going to get this brought around like this. And I want to bring it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to pop that down. Yeah, squish this on there like that. What is that? Willy Wonka said a little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men. Oh, I like that. When did he say that? Willy Wonka is like the Confucius of chocolate. Bum, 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 bum. If this is yours, there will be a way. If someone buys it up from under you, it means there's another property even better waiting for you. You know, that's very validating. Thank you. That was kind of what we were thinking, is that it's like it's either the one or it isn't. We won't know unless we try. So, yeah, boy. And so I'm just doing like a little bit of like a pinch gather. You could totally use reference images to like see how you want yours to look. I don't think I want it. Ooh, I kind of like it all crumpled. Look at you go. Little jank mushroom. Okay, so from here, we're just going to drag it up the neck of the bottle, getting a nice blend on our fringe. Just getting a little bit of water onto my ball. In the 71 movie, the OG with Gene Wilder. Right on. A little bit of... It's been too long. I need to rewatch it. I didn't remember that quote, but I love it. Ooh! Hey, Randy, could you pull that from the oven for me? Thank you. Why not me on a rainy day? Why not me chase your cares away? Why not me? And you can see that's blended up lovely. And now we can use our craft knife. And I'm going to do a little, I'm just going to cut out the parts that are dirty because they got nasty quick. That's what I get for being a little gremlin, though. See, this one's got holes in the roof too, and it's already perfect. I say you're not going to rain on my parade. Well, if there's rain at the parade, we'll dance in it. It's what we do. I immediately regret cutting out that piece. Uh-oh. Oh well, it'll be fine. Just wee, all the way. So what would you guys would say is like the best as far as educational, like not from like a drama angle, because I know some of these reality TV shows about home renovation are more character based or story based. I'm looking for like technique based. Like, do y'all have a recommendation, whether it's on like mainstream television or whether it's on YouTube or even if it's like a TikTok channel or something? I lost my lid. There it is. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, those came out looking good. What do you think? Is that coming along quite all right? Yeah? Should we do a second frill? A frillier frill. A little up from the other one. I gotta get this baked though, because I'm not going to be able to work on the door without screwing it up. You know? I think I should go ahead and bake it
Yeah, bro.
because I don't think I'm going to be able to work on the door without it. I just don't like quite how perfectly sharp. Uh-huh. Right, which I've got a second tile. There we go. I got to see some mushrooms in the park yesterday. All right, I'll be right back. Grabbing a tile to set it on, and we're not going to throw it on the ground today. It's had enough of that. I'm not super committed to doing a second frill. We'll just see how it goes. Play it by ear. So long as it has an armature. Oh, it's glowing. That's so cool. So long as it has an armature, the clay seems to be fine to bake and bake and bake. And that one feller that I watch on Kick who sculpts Knotbush, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he bakes his like endlessly, it seems. Ask the store how to. I like Homestead Rescue. Okay, is that the channel name, Benjamin? Ask the store how to. Lydia says, what about Fairy House auction for your new house? We were thinking about bringing back some auctions and stuff, but we're going to start with just shop updates again to start, kind of doing stuff that way. It's a TV series, a mother and a daughter in Atlanta who renovate old houses and sell them. They've done a couple of projects for already owned homes. I'm not sure of the criteria. Right on. No, I was just looking for like to watch, to learn, that kind of project. I'm not even sure they are still making the show. It's on HGTV. Gotcha. Well, thank you guys. All right, let's see. The tile is super duper hot, but oh no. Well, that's what I get. All right, so the window popped off. But that's okay. That's why we have super glue. Yeah, once it's baked, this stuff is pretty on there. It still carves away okay though. This old house, that was a really good one. There we go. Got that pressed down. Oh, I loved watching this old house as a kid. And so much from that show, you know what they're going to do next. Oh, okay. And that's Good Bones. Okay. Homestead Rescue. Oh, okay. I'll check that out too. Yeah, I remember watching this old house. I like watching the Schoolhouse Homestead on YouTube. They started with a 1914 brick school. Yes, that was one that we had looked at as well. And so it looks like a sweet little town. School could use more trees, shrubs for critters and birds. We'll take a blank canvas over no canvas. So, because if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all would, but we documented from almost the beginning over on the Monster vlog of putting in our garden here in Missouri, and it took us 10 years to get it to where it's at now, of it not being our top priority. So if we're putting in a sculpture garden, I just think that would be so cool, like so much fun. Okay, so oh, I love it. That's just a perfect little doorknob right inside of that bead. So I am going to bend that off to the side, and I'm going to make a little spiral around. The Those focus more on inside spaces, though. Right on. The Sorry Girls, DIY Diane, and the Weekenders. Okay, this is going to be another instance where I go back. It's at the 421 timestamp. But yeah, so this way we don't have to worry about the handle getting pulled out. But it's the inside stuff. Like, I feel pretty confident about anything that we'd need to be doing in the yard. Like, I've been gardening for long enough that I know how to make a decent mess. Right on, Itzy. Woo! It's 7 p.m. there. We'll put a link in case you... Oh, that'd be great, Itzy. Oh, good luck to you. I know you're going to do great. Just be yourself and have fun. You'll do fantastically. Those focus more on inside spaces. If you need any soil health, market garden, no dig garden, go over to... So I like Ubu Richards and Liz Zorab and a couple of other folks. Backyard Builders. Ooh, DIY Danny and the Sorry Girls. They are good. Okay. Hey, Yvette. I don't know if I said hey to you when you came in. How are you doing today? Okay. So yeah, I certainly do like dreaming dreams while working on fairy houses. Wooch. If I don't want to pop the windows and stuff off, I just want to get my fairy house off the hot tile so it can cool. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Whew, I love it. Oh, I forgot to put hinges on this one. That'll be all right. It'll be okay. It's too late now. Oh no, Laura says, dang it, my posts are getting cut up. Oh, I'm sorry. That's odd for it to be happening on YouTube. Usually kicks the one that's being difficult. We're stuck in traffic on the way home from work. Oh, right on. Well, I'm glad to keep y'all company. I hope the traffic's going okay. Y'all drive safe. Yes, Charles Dowding. I love no dig, but it's a little... I don't stick well to rule structures typically. And sometimes you just gotta dig a little hole. Like, it's just how gardening be. But I do love the principles. Okay, so now we have our doors. And we can start slapping them on to some... Because I like it when the doors stay flat. Oh no, we're not going to be able to open this one because of the frill. So I'm going to test and see if we can just take our scissors and cut our polymer clay after it's been baked. Honestly, that worked better than I thought it would. I was taking a risk there. So now that's a much better size. I don't know that I'm going to be able to safely... So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut in a little bit. I just want to whittle away at some of this glow clay. And so I'm just notching in around the sides. And so now, hopefully, we'll be able to just poke and pop. There we go. Like chiseling away as opposed to trying to sand down. Burps the baby. There we go. Bless you, honey. You have the cutest little sneeze. Ooh, that's what you got glue for. Yeah. Well, this one's a magic door. It doesn't need hinges. So... Edible acres for organic pond building, chicken composting. getting food from local organic restaurants and grocery stores, bags and bags of leaves, everything free or on a dime. Nice. That's something I am really going to miss. Our local recycling center, for the whole time we've lived here, Randy and I've been able to just go and like they just give away compost, which I'm like, that's nice. Let me get into our drawer because I'm going to be using one of my absolute favorite clays, and that's the Primo Sculpey Accents in Gray Granite. It just looks like rocks. You don't even have to do anything. Ooh, the hinges are inside on this door. Yes. Some places have like builder rehab shops selling old doors, windows, and more. I can't remember what they're called. Okay. There's the Rehome, which I think, at least here locally, again, that's going to be another thing. Habitat for Humanity does their like Rehome store. So sometimes you can find stuff there. But a whole lot of it is just being able to do the roof is going to be the first huge obstacle. Ooh, I found another one of those beads. But hey, Cat and Cauldron, how's it going? I've not watched Edible Acres. I'll have to check them out. I'm hoping we'll be able to make our own channel and people will be like, if you're doing this, go look at these people. And then it'll be us and we'll be helpful. So, yeah, restore. So I'm just going to get this conditioned, and then this is going to be what I use to build up the, from the mushroom to the door. But yeah, Randy and I found so much is still in limbo, so we can't plan too much farther ahead. But there is talks in the works of us, like we found the floor plans for like a 800 square foot like home with like a barn dominium, but it's only 800 square feet. And so we may be building that on the property initially to live in. That way we can just be right there on grounds and just go and, not having a commute to where we're doing our work is always really nice. But if there's a part of the school that's derelict just enough that we're able to get it fixed up and bypass that initial expense, that would be really cool too. But we won't know. We've got a friend checking it out for us on Sunday, so I'm excited. Ooh, Cat and Cauldron says, just finished the job, now heading to Gem and Mineral Show nearby. My mantra is just looking. Oh my gosh, I hope you have a blast. I mean, what am I saying? It's a Gem and Mineral Show. Of course you're gonna have a blast, but I guess we should look and see when the Tri-State Gem and Mineral Show should be coming back up again. Oh no. The plant grows its own new material within a year. Oh, the first thing to plant is willows. Get cuttings and insert them in a line several feet apart. Next year you can start weaving a living fence, the cheapest way to fence a huge property line, and it grows its own new material within a year. I love that. I was thinking of doing hazels because I don't know. We'll probably do something similar with multiple materials, but I really wanted to have willow, certainly at the very least, for harvesting to do our own basketry, because that's like the biggest obstacle to making baskets is having stuff to make baskets out of. I love the mischievous hee from Cat and Cauldron. Just feeding that through, and so I'm just gonna fold and roll and pass this through. You gotta tidy up the work surface just a little every once in a while. I pull too many toys out of the bin and gotta put them away. Where they go is the fun and difficult part. Now also I can use some of this scrap clay that is a mixture of the Cos Clay at firm, medium, and soft, or extra soft, I can't recall. But it's nice and squishy and supple, and I think I'm going to use that to then cover with our Sculpey Primo Effects clay. And then, because sorry, I was trying to put that bag away and then got distracted with, or I can use it like this. And so I'm just going to come in around like so. Jerusalem artichoke in the hedge for the deer to eat. They love it so much they don't often need to come into your kitchen garden. I've grown Jerusalem artichoke, and I don't think I'm ever going to grow it again because I grow it too well. And just, it might be different on 5 acres, but on our 1/4 of an acre, it's become an absolute menace. And it gives me rashes. I love eating it though, but oh, thank you, honey. So I just wanted to leave that window open so that we could still see through. Trying to make sure we've still got a good angle for y'all. You can just set it. There we go. Ooh, that's one good looking frill. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it can be invasive. That's why you put in the hedge for the deer to keep it under control. The school that we're looking at, I'll honestly be surprised if we have any deer walking through town. It's pretty urban for a small town, but I do love the concept of planting like trap crops that it's like, please eat this instead of that. But it usually, at least with our groundhog here, we just end up with fatter groundhogs because they eat everything. Okay. So I'm just using my ball stylus to blend and smush the edges. Is that my chicken in the front yard? Oh, baby, you don't. I think I was just hearing things. I hope our birds didn't get out. I think he heard it too, though. They find out where the buffet is, they will come, right? And it's a little too in town for me to be like, it's deer season, y'all. Night night, Marion. Thanks so much for hanging out. Is everything all right, honey? Alrighty, well, thank you for checking. Checking on the chicken. Oodle lolly. So yeah, just making sure that we're all tucked in. There's no pokey outy bits. I love it. It's so disproportionate and weird. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Do I have a little bit of and a little bit of So we have this guy here that we might be able to use. Oh, I found some lovely filth down here. I don't know what that was, but into the trash with you. Okay. We had a big old turkey eating seed out of the deer feeder like it was a buffet. You never know what you're going to get in the country, right? Yeah, town. We're in a town of 7,000 right in the middle of a bunch of cul-de-sacs, and all it took to get the deer to visit was to plant dock. Gotcha. Oh, it's exhilarating and terrifying to have hope in my heart like this. I am your king. Well, hey, Alan. You're not my king. I didn't vote for you. How can you tell he's a king? You have no idea what you have begun. I did say I've had some love. Okay. I was like, how do you know? All right. How are you doing today, Alan? You don't vote for a king. All right. So I'm doing that, and I'm also gonna make a little. I'm giving our mushrooms some bulbous growths because I think the best mushrooms have bulbous growths. I too am a bulbous growth. Ooh, I need to be getting my hot glue gun heated up because I'm gonna try my best to get this fairy house up to done tonight. I love the frilly gill ring. Oh, thank you, Laura. I love it too. I just think this is the sweetest little mushroom dog house there's ever been. So I love the idea of fairies having like carpenter bees as guard dogs or just silly things. I love silly, silly things. Okay, so that's going to be just pressed into there like that. And then we can just remove some of that excess material. I don't sweat getting the glass perfectly clean because it scrapes off real easy after it's been baked. Happy this weekend, no church, can work on my new studio, get more organized, maybe find more crafting art stuff. Oh, that'd be cool, Lydia. Mama K says, once again, you've inspired me to make something I've watched you make. Been wondering what to do with my PolymerClay. I have so much captions and other things. Now I have a fairy house that's next. Ooh, yes! Which, I mean, really, you could use cabochons and things for like baubles in the yard or a gazing pool or window inserts or literally anything. Like, so much that I really like. I love this concept of, because in my mind, fairies are cute only to lure us in so they can eat us. So this plant is luring us in because it glows. Do you have that black light, honey? You are the greatest. So it fluoresces and glows in the dark. So this shiny bauble with the glowing center would lure the viewer in, and then the mushrooms are a little hollow through here, so I can just picture them going like puffer fish a little bit, but where they exude their spores that makes the viewer fall asleep, and then the little tentacles here would come out and grab you and like pull you in and eat you. So and Marcellus is gonna watch the whole thing. And then yeah, so fairy stuff. Oh, I'm trying to build a fairy house town for on the front porch because I'm trying to prove to myself and practice in miniature. Because it's like, I love wire wrapping, but I got a little frustrated at feeling like I had pigeonholed myself into just doing wire wrapping. And it's like, I love wire wrapping, but I love learning new things and doing all these different things. And, but we really needed, that's wire wrapping is what we needed to be doing at the time. But I was thinking about it, and it's like, if I get to choose, what would my dream retirement be? Because my hands aren't going to last forever. They're going to last a lot longer, but they're not going to last forever. I got to get this raised up. And so years of journaling and visualizing, by the way, and like really just, whether you want to call it thinking or praying or meditating or whatever it was, I was deeply reflecting. And my dream retirement has, I garden, I get to meet new people and see friends, I get to sculpt and paint and be creative in ways that are not just for money. And music and dance fit in there. And this school just goes so much in line with all of that. I'll get to meet new people every time we host classes at our studio. I'll get to do the gardening and the art and things. We'll get to employ people one day if the business is successful enough. It doesn't have to always just be Randy and I doing every little thing on the property. Once we get the dream established, it's going to be, I'll be able to teach more people how to garden and how to do these things and teach them in my garden, so that the weeds are getting pulled and stuff, but also they're learning without having to make a huge investment. And hopefully, just like with whenever we teach with the wire wrapping masterclass, it's if I can teach folks hands-on and pay them for their time while they learn. Well, that sounds perfect. I want that job now. um but it'd be super stinking cool to get to do that and to get to teach. And just because we have the venue space doesn't mean I have to be the one teaching. We could have guest teachers. It's and having just a beautiful place for people in the area or people traveling through to go to and enjoy, like a butterfly atrium and the sculptures, and it'd be cool. I think that'd be really cool. So it's going to take us 40 years, but it's going to be our life's work. And it's everything we've ever dreamed of. And there's just like how where we are now does not look like what we had dreamed all those years ago, but we're very happy for it anyhow. I know it's going to be like that on the other end. And one day, whenever Randy and I have parted ways and we're waiting to join each other again, we'll be able to walk through our school and our garden and have a different memory in every square inch. So until then, I'm going to keep making little fairy houses and practice in miniature what I hope to one day practice in a larger than life scale. Because I want to make a dragon sculpture that's big enough that I can sit on its back and be like, wee! Like, I'm a firm believer that weeds should never be pulled. Deep mulch is my choice every time. I chop them and drop them. But tell me more about your garden, Laura. I'd love to hear about that. Since we had started gardening, I've done everything wrong. I think the first couple years of gardening, like we removed all the topsoil in Tennessee to scrape the grass and saw it away, and then just planted directly into the clay of the backyard that was all compacted. And I planted everything in March, so before the last frost date, so nothing stood a chance. And then I didn't water it, so it was no surprise that I didn't have very much success that year. But after that, I was growing stuff in pots on our apartment balcony. And then we had a garden in Tennessee for about 3 or 4 years. And it got to the point we were about to start selling, like, out of a market garden. We were going to specialize in heirloom tomatoes. Like, we had it all lined up. And there was a drought for like 6 months. And so we ended up being like, okay, because we were growing that year to see if we'd be able to meet the, kind of our tester year. And there was a drought. And I was like, I think it's madness to base our income off of whether or not it rains. So Laura says the focus is on soil microbiology, but the whole garden is an organic food forest. Right on. And is that your garden? Like, what growing zone are you in? Growing potatoes on the lawn to reduce it. A cost down to 15 foot by 10 foot by now, and that we're converting to meadow. Right on. Mama K, then there's my small zoo right on. Oh, on a half acre. That's nice. Zone 7. Right on. So that's real similar to ours. But yeah, soil health really is the core of it all. But whenever we moved in here, the whole backyard, I can feel that in my teeth. Sorry, somebody just drove by and their brakes. Ow. But the whole backyard was backfill from the mine. So we had about 2 inches of topsoil before it was just solid gravel, which drains great. But we kept rabbits for quite a while. I think about 10 years we had rabbits. And also our friends had rabbits at the time. Their daughter was in 4-H and stuff. And but they don't garden, so they had all this rabbit poop. So like once a week we'd go and just get a whole rabbitry's worth of rabbit poop, and that did so much to help us build our soil. Ah, west of Seattle, right on. Oh, that should be nice and mild. Okay, so now for the stones. This is one of my favorite. It's a leather working tool that has this little bit of like granulated texture on it that I like for stones and lizard skin. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm passing this through the pasta machine one more time, and I'm going to fold it over because that's the thickness that I want on our stones. And then I am going to start, there we go, slicing. So I want him to look a little bit more mason, like there's been some masonry going on, but just slightly. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side. Lydia says, wondering if you have a fence at your new home. There are. I love the talking about it like it's already happened. I hope that is good luck. Hey, Gravity Falls, how are you doing today? But there's a bit of fence along one section, but most of it is not fenced. So just one of the many projects that'll need to be undertaken. Okay, so I'm going to try to make a couple of different sizes of brick. What are you up to today, Gravity? And then I'm going to take some of those and just off to the side. And now from here, we can totally take these and just... I like to use this tool to like knock down the edges, so it looks like a little bit more of like a puffed rectangle. And then we'll just set that in. And then we can texture the surface just a little bit more. I'll scooch all these over yonder. Almost midnight here, off to bed. Good night, Anika. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Doing good, busy day, but thank God it's Friday. It's Friday? It's Friday! And I hope you're having an awesome day. It's a very good day today. Throwing blueberries and strawberries and plum peach apricot pits up the hill. The strawberries have covered an eighth of the acre from 6 plants. Wow. That's wild. We're helping the neighbor thin out his alders and no longer holding up the hillside. English ivy is almost as bad as kudzu. Planting fruit and nut trees to replace them. Right on. Is alders. Thumbs up. So just shaping that around, and I'm going to do a nice big brick down at the bottom. Yeah, so I'm just going to roll it a little just to soften those edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and press in. Yeah, this will go by a little faster, I think. And then I'm going to use this shaped one. We take raw wood chips from a local arborist and haul it up the hill to dump it 1 bucket at a time, replacing carbon. Wow. Oh, I love that, how it's kind of shaping around the window like that. Ooh, we're going to have to mix up some flocking moss today, too. What the flock? You know what I'm talking about. And then I'm just going to shape some of these. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Just kind of pressing the little stones into the window or making the sill. And as with most things, there's not a right or wrong way to be doing this. Oh, hey, Steffi Joe. Accidentally went down the Kiffness rabbit hole. But I'm happily continuing work and remembered that you are alive. Oh, the Kiff is awesome. Ooh, resin pieces. Missed the beginning. Did you start with a glass form or something? This one we actually used, this is the 3rd live stream that we've done making these, this fairy house sculpture. And not this one, but we've also, its big sister is over there, cooling down from her time in the oven. But where's that tool? There it is. But this one I used as a core, a studio nugget. So just a little like solid hunk of glass. But I was really hoping that if it glows, that it'll glow a little from the inside as well, just to let that light transfer through. Just experimenting. Oh, you're good, Steffi. There's you have your whole life outside. How dare you not spend 24/7 on YouTube? No, you've got your whole life to live. I'm here for when you want to click on my face. But do feel free to have a life outside of just watching our live streams. Just because this consumes my whole life doesn't mean, like, though I do appreciate you wanting to be here. It makes me feel real special. Uh-oh, I pressed too hard. And so I'm just kind of filling in this right here. Oh, I love that. This one from Edible Acres plant stuff like amaranth on the outside of the chicken yard and hens graze on the stuff all summer long. Nice. Ooh, Tiki says, I did some gardening today. I made a little flower garden for my chickens to look at. They were both watching me. Oh, Laura says, but now I'm getting so old, I'm just going to have to teach younger folks how to do it by providing the land, materials, and instruction. Well, that's the way to go. Doing our part for engagement with the channel. Thank you. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you, Steffi Joe. And gifted a subscription to the community. Thank you so much. Like, that's tremendous. Thank you. Every little bit, y'all, really makes a huge difference to us. Because we may be able to, we'll be doing some paint on these as well. Okay, it's very bold of me to think that, oh my god, I've been streaming for 2 hours. What have I done? I don't know. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm having fun. That's the important part. Hey, we do's it. How's it going? How are you doing today? You may have talked about it already, but what would you say were the best sellers at the convention? Ooh. We haven't really talked about that. Randy says on his end it was earrings. You think so? Wow. Randy says we sold a whole tray of earrings. Like one of the full trays or one of the trays? Wow. Of the gemstones too, wasn't it? Not the charm earrings so much.
Yeah.
Okay. We sold, Randy says on his end of the table, we sold a whole lot of gemstone earrings. Down on my end of the table, we sold a whole lot of ear cuffs and finger rings. Oh, you sold a whole mess of bracelets, didn't you?
Yeah, but
oh, really? But you sold almost out of some of the, you sold a whole gallon bag of stretchy bracelets, so that's really good. We sold a few of our tie-dyes. That was really nice. Which it was our first year having the tie-dyes out. Oh, Gravity! Holy smokes! Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, y'all. Oh my god. At this rate, before too long, we're going to be live streaming from the derelict abandoned school, wearing hard hats and hazmat suits. So thank you guys. Weedies, it says, good. I'm getting ready for my first wire wrap class for beginners on TikTok. One of 6 artists doing a free workshop tomorrow. What time tomorrow? You had told me this, but I've forgotten. I'm a terrible friend. Ah, Steffi! What are you? Y'all! 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So that'll be 10:30 Central or 8:30 Central. I can Google that. But thank you. I'll try to be there. On TikTok? I haven't taken first in a while. Steffi Joe. Keep doing good. Oh. Well, thank you. All right, we're going to keep sculpting this thing. So how should I do this around the window? I don't know that I'm going to do stones up around it yet. I'm going to wait. I really enjoy your stream, but never get to catch the whole stream. Love it and keep up the amazing streams because I look forward to more. Right on, Gravity. Well, our current plan for streaming, Eastern time, think early time. Okay, so it'll be 9:30, 8:30 Central. Okay. I'm confused, but that's okay. I'm often confused. I'm so hoping you guys get your dream place. Me too, Steffi, and I hope that it's more of a dream than a nightmare. But I don't. No telling. I'm willing to jump. All right, let's see if we can cram this in there. So I don't always pick the best order of construction on these fairy houses. But like we were saying earlier, sometimes it's not about choosing the making the right choice, it's making the choice right. If it were me, I would let the edge of the steampunk charm show like a window frame. Okay. I think that's a good tip. So much for the gifted sub, you amazing person and friend. Y'all make me proud. Not to brag, but we have the best community, I do believe. Bunch of cool cats up in here. I haven't planted much of anything this year because the hose has been broken. But we're actually this evening, after this stream, I'm going to be recording a garden vlog for May because the alliums are popping off, the roses are going crazy. The groundhog has eaten all of my peas directly down to the ground. What? No way, Steffi. She says, I used to dream about buying an old elementary school too in Crossville, Tennessee, where I grew up. And the kicker was that I had attended that school for 4 years. Oh my gosh. That's wild. So, well, she's in school. She's like, I'm going to own this place. All right, let's see how our frill came out, you guys. Because I didn't think this through. Behold. Problem solving. So I'm going to start where, there we go. See, we got this. Oh, yes. I can save that because I can make more frillies. I don't know if it needs a second frill. I think it'll be fine as it is. What do you think, baby? Randy? Do you think it's okay the way it is, or does it need a second frill? In between here? I think you're right. So yeah, these are going to be so cute, actually. Hey, little sprite, how's it going? Oh yeah, also we got a letter from the city that we have lead pipes in our house. So in this house, hence the bottled water. So it's okay. Oh yikes. Yeah. There's something about old school houses. I don't know. Well, it's like, I don't know. They're just, I never in my life thought that I would want to buy and live in a giant old elementary school, but it seems like it'll fit. Randy says the thing is, growing up I didn't want to live in a mansion, but then we got all these hobbies that would really do well in a school building style building. Yeah. Okay, so can I tell you another like delirious fantasy I have? Have any of y'all been to the Bass Pro Shop in Springfield, Missouri? I've not been to many Bass Pro Shops, but that one seems exceptionally beautiful to me. And they did the whole inside of it like it's like not just the aquarium side, but like the turtle exhibit, and they have alligators and like big old fish tanks full of big freaking fish, and and it's really cool. And I want to make, like, if you're going down the hall of a school and there's like the corridor that's often lined with lockers, or depending on when you went to school, like they removed all the lockers when I was in elementary school. But and then the classrooms, the doors into the classrooms are on the sides. Down that corridor, because of the state that the roof is in, we're anticipating needing to do a full roof replacement, which is horrifying. But if we do, then we'll be able to put in some pretty serious skylights, almost like how the mall in the Joplin, like North Hills Mall, is, if that's what it is it North Hills or something? But it's like they've got like North Park Mall in Joplin. They've got like skylights and natural lighting in the corridor area, and then the shops have their own lighting, which the classrooms would. But I want to do greenhouse ceiling, like atrium style, butterfly atrium, like all down where we've got like butterflies being wild. And Maddie's turtles, my fairy god turtles, who desperately need their tank cleaned right now. We're doing that tomorrow. Like just, I want to turn it into like an indoor jungle. And it'll be like, it would be so cool, and it gives it year-round value as a commercial property for people to come and like basically. I'd like for it to be where you just kind of pay for it. It's like going to the botanical garden. Did they charge us tickets at the botanical garden, or were you allowed to just show up in Dallas?
Oh, that was 20 years ago.
I don't know. That was 20 years ago. But it's, I don't know. There was also, before it burnt down in Joplin, there was a place called Sandstone Garden that was free to go to, but like a bunch of stuff was for sale, and you could just walk around. They had like a sandwich shop. I'm not interested in the restaurant aspect of this yet, but that doesn't mean that I can't rent space to somebody who wants to do that. Yeah, there's usually an admission fee, and then you could just like come in and like be, and I think that would be amazing. So, or a jungle gym. We need the gym for the fairy ball, like that's already been allocated. But the hallways, those are useless. It's just the silly space between craft rooms. Um, hey Randy, my phone's freezing up again. Like it's not showing me the YouTube comments on my phone. Can you help me with that? I'm sorry, I never mean to ignore anybody's comments, but my phone's having difficulties today. But yeah, it was just a fun little fantasy, and then Randy and I got to have a pretty heated debate about whether or not we would. It was a pretty heated debate.
Oh my god.
About whether or not I could keep owls. How did an owl get in here? I just put in an owl door in case an owl wanted to come on in.
No.
Well, can my chickens come in?
No.
What about pigeons? Can I keep pigeons?
No.
See, and so I don't mean to fight in front of you guys, but like Willy Wonka said, it's good to be silly. Or something. He said something like that. I don't think Tolkien ever said her. We just keep picking fights, don't we, baby? Well, that'll be all right. We'll get through it. And so now that our stones are placed, I'm just going to texture them a little bit. And then we're going to take our Pearl-Ex carbon. Oh, I'm so looking forward to seeing y'all at the camp along in September. And so I'm just dirtying up our fairy house with a little bit of these Pearl-Ex pigments. What do you think, baby? Okay. But yeah, so you can kind of, well, let me zoom in for y'all. So you can see no dirty, dirty. I love it dirty. I like to just start in on the edges and then come across And it just catches some of the high points. And I'm leaving all of this right here because we're going to be mixing up a batch of flock moss, which is like my favorite. I learned that it was my favorite working on my niece Abby's fairy house that we gave to her as a housewarming gift. I kind of want to, I'm going to bake it and then I'll carve away some of that excess. Maybe I just put PolymerClay in my hair, didn't I? Look at that little curly hair, that's so cute. Just remember, herp and my derp, herp and derp derp. Alright, so that's a lot better. There we go. I am pleased. Does pigment stick to the clay or does it need a clear top coat? In my experience, they stick to the clay well. And they are light fast, so they don't change color under the sunlight. Okay. Let's see. For baby's house rehab. Oh. Oh, Lydia says bidding 50 on tiny fairy house and 150 on large fairy. Well, let me show you what we had in mind. But I love your enthusiasm. And I will take your money. So we were going to do this with them. Now you'll have to pretend for a second that it's like completely landscaped. Florida, I can't have water. I can't have alligators. That's very reasonable. So this is how it'd be looking, and it's like cloche, cloche. I don't know. And then I'm gonna add like a path, and then some like other little mushrooms around it. It'll be super cute, and like some silk floral. It's a nice little reasonable neighborhood. But the big thing is I don't know how to ship this where it's not gonna break is my main difficulty right now. Will they pay you to replace your pipes? No. It specifically said in the letter it's our responsibility. So, hey Amanda, how's it going? Next thing we know, Vaughn and Randy will be in their new place. One day Vaughn holds up a baby gator and says, Randy, I bought a Florida water puppy for the front aquarium. No, those things, I would get hurt so bad. Even alligators are even beyond what I'm interested in. Now, I'd pet one if it's somebody else's, though. But I'm not going to be keeping. At least you have lots of solar garden stuff to take to your new home. That's another thing Randy and I have been like picking out the rocks that we're going to bring with us and different stuff. So crocodiles, caiman were smaller, but equally bitey is the impression that I get. And that's my problem. Like, I don't mind big, like, but I just don't want it to bite me to death. So it's good to know where my boundaries are. Oh, really, Michelle? Oh, is there going to be a camping area for, I don't know, visitors? Yes, I hope so. I don't know if we'll be able to camp in town. We may be able to get it like a permit, though, because we're not too far away from Bonnaroo. Like, we're at least within a 4-hour radius of Bonnaroo.
Yeah, man, Bonnaroo. Forgot about that.
I think we'll be okay, though. Yeah. Are you okay, honey? Yeah. Are you just sitting there watching, like, lava lamp liquid on your screen? You've needed a day off for a while. Like, it's been a few years. It's been a rough few years for my husband. He's just sitting there staring at colors on the TV screen. Hey, Triquetra. Okay, we're not getting alligators to start it off, or a caiman, even though they are adorable. They're just so bitey, and I'm made of meat, and they like that. That's their favorite thing to bite. Yeah, gators eat live chickens. I'm just picturing a gator dressed up like Ozzy, just biting the heads off of bats. We do this since I'm with Randy. On which part? On the no crocodiles? Got a bunch of naysayers up in here. No, that's okay. I keep my my naysayers close. Okay, so I'm just gonna pack this in there like that. Mostly just because, I don't know, I didn't like just that weird hole hanging out the bottom. Huh? I didn't like that weird hole hanging out the bottom of my furry house. Baby. Ah, the colors. Oh, gotcha. I got you. I got you, babe. All right, so we're just blending this out. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I just want to blend it till it's, I don't got to be perfectly smooth or anything. In fact, a little bit of texture would make me really happy. Okay, I think that's as good as this one's getting. So I'm going to put it on the baking tile. And now we're going to do make a little bed for our fairy house. And that's just going to sit there like that. Is that a good angle for you guys? Nobody likes weird holes. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. I actually am a very big fan of throwing rocks into holes, and I know it's going to get me into trouble Pippin style one day, but I love it. I have a lava lamp. Love them. Right on. Like, I really stopped the habit whenever I saw the movie It, because, you know, just in case. I didn't realize it might be somebody's, like, house. Yes. No. No, I'm sad that my lava lamp died. But it's okay. But I did find, like, on, I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok or what, that stuff's rotting my brain, but I keep opening the app, of just people throwing rocks into water. Like, it's like a whole account of just that. And well, Randy and I were both sitting on the couch watching it, just being like, ooh, wow. Like, well, I still watch them, so yeah. Randy got his fill, but I keep coming back for more. Herpin' derpin' my doodle go like boop boop. So I'm just using some of this really sticky, really soft clay to build up the join that we're then going to do our masonry over. That, or there'll be a small dojo themed enclosure for a whole bale of turtles. Yes. With their rat master. Which one's y'all's favorite Ninja Turtle out of the 4? And then also, which is your favorite Ninja Turtle movie? Randy says Raphael, the first one. Raphael was my favorite. Yeah. Because there were 4 of us kids. And one year, probably for like Christmas or something, all 4 of us kids got one of the turtles. and I got stuck with Raphael because, and I quote, "I'm angry all the time." So but I was the youngest of 4 siblings. Of course I was angry all the time. Randy says that tracks. But I really, as an adult, I empathize with his struggle against, his like rage, I guess. Like that's really interesting to me. And he's got his stabby, and he eats pizza. But yeah, his sides. I love the first one. I think I like all of the Ninja Turtle movies. I even like the Ninja Turtle one where they like time travel, and that one was genuinely terrible, but I love it. Was that the third one? Yeah. No accounting for taste on my part. Is that okay? That one is so cool, right? Like I loved like the props and stuff and everything. Are we counting Slash, or are we just going for the main 4? No, one surfer turtle. Because I bet there's a whole bunch of turtle lore I'm not even aware of. So I am here to absorb more of the turtle lore. There's so much turtle lore because I haven't even started in on the comics yet. My sister's hand's on the profile. You click shop. Oh, okay. All right, so let's get this blended. Is the door even straight? Do-do-dum-dum. Oh, look at that. It's doing great. Ooh. There was a time I wanted to cosplay. I mean, I'd still do it. A lady Ninja Turtle. Because they were all like spelt and kind of. I mean, I'd never seen a turtle with boobs and lashes before, but it made an impression. Like, like they Disney princess-fied it to where it's like I don't know, what was that meme you showed me that was like cartoon dogs, lady cartoon dogs, and they're all like Thumper's girlfriend from Bambi. Twitter pated. All right, I do not want so much clay on the edge of the door, so I'm not going to scrape it down that hard. I'm loving that door. Is it wood? It really looks like wood. It's just PolymerClay. But thank you. Thank you. That's a really big compliment. It's just PolymerClay. The favorite trick that, I mean, I don't feel like I'm a particularly great sculptor, but I've got enough tricks that I can get by and get it to come out the way that I want it to look. But I'm always trying to, improve on the efficiency of my sculpting and on getting it to look the way I want it to, or, just, I'm still learning. But my favorite trick is to just go ahead and bake it. That way I can grab the whole bottle. I don't have to worry about glomping my hands into it or anything like that. That was a big game changer for me. And helped me to struggle less. Because really that's, whenever I think about how I want to improve as a sculptor, I'd like to just struggle less. So, like, I don't have to be good. I just want to struggle less. And, I read a quote on the internet earlier today that was talking about the value of art is not in, it's in how it makes you feel, not in how you can justify why it's good. And my fairy houses make me feel happy. So, so if I can just struggle less in the process of making said fairy houses, that would be great. Woo! You'll do great, we do's it. We believe in you. We'll see ya. Because using awesome clay colors, very earthly defining. I do think using the colorful PolymerClay really helps. Like, I just like it. It helps me to have like from early on, it makes it feel like something's happening. And then, you know, I am going to be adding more acrylics and stuff to this, but I like to let the colorful clay do most of the work, especially whenever we get to like do Skinner blends and glow in the dark and things like that, and like the colors and textures in this. So I'm just blending that line down. I love this little spatula tool. The first project that I used this tool on was Snaggletooth. Hey Randy, could I ask you to make that cup of coffee for me? Thank you. Ooh-wee. I don't think I'm getting this one done today, you guys. Though I could stream for longer. We don't have anywhere to go today that I'm aware of. I still need to mow. I don't know. What do y'all think? Are you all right? Okay. Oh. How's your penguin mug?
I think it's alright.
Okay. Did the stove catch most of it? Oh God, babe. No blood. Okay. Y'all, we will be right back shortly. Well, now we get to do a no mug repair. We could make him into a Franken mug. He's mostly powder, though.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're okay. Yeah.
And I guess the mug decided it was time.
It was yeah, he jumped. Oh, jeez. Well, it's not helping that the cabinet's sagging away from the ceiling, so everything's on a slant. I'm glad you're all right, though. I know I already said that, but I'm really glad. No being barefoot for a while until we've had a chance to vacuum. Alrighty. Here, do you want the dustpan instead of the strainer?
Whatever.
Okay. Trade you. Alright, I'm going to sweep once more and then get back to it.
Well, I've got this.
Well, I see a couple of broken pieces. It did. That's how you know it's good coffee. Oh no, no coffee.
I know.
Oh, there was just broken glass in it. No. Oh, honey, I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I don't know, it was just a handle.
Yeah, no, it really was. All right. Well, good news. We still have that little Keurig.
Yeah.
And, I still have the reusable pod cups now, so this gives me a chance to use up those other pods, the compostable ones. They've been sitting on the shelf. Okay. I think that'll be all right. The critters' paws should be okay. I'll still vacuum later, though. All right, I'm gonna get right by you to grab the dustpan. There we go. Well, that woke me up plenty. I don't even need the coffee now.
Yeah. I have more stuff to break if you want.
Oh no, it's all right. Well, it's less stuff to move.
See, I'm always seeing upsides.
I love you, baby. I'll be in there. All right. Hoo-wee. Oh, that scared me. Everything's okay. We just had an encounter with gravity. Coffee abuse? No. It's everything's okay. The gnome mug likes to he just jumped out and like, did he hit you in the face? Randy got hit in the face with a mug. No blood, so that's good. But it also hit the coffee pot, and the mug exploded, and the coffee pot exploded all over the stove and the floors. There's like coffee and broken glass and broken mug. It is a gnome after all. Yeah. Oh. Bottega says, isn't Snaggletooth the dragon sculpture? Has he dried yet? Is Randy okay? The sculpture is dry. He's just sticky, and he gets more sticky with every day that goes by. So I think we're going to repaint Snaggletooth. And then, good night, Amanda. Thanks for hanging out. Nasty gnome. Good nasty. I'm so glad he's okay, though. I'm super glad we've got a backup coffee pot as well. Since nothing serious has happened. All right. Ooh, I like this for back scratcher and everything. All right on, Lydia. Randy is super durable. He really is. He's such a sweetie to be taking care of that in there by himself now, too. All right. Let's see. So I may need to condition up a little bit more of this clay, but I'm going to see how far it'll take us. And again, I like to just roll it between my fingers to get a little bit of the shaping taken care of. And I kind of want to do, where the clay is framing around the door. Okay, I'd stepped away for a minute, but I had my earbuds in, and I just wanted to say, oh no, oh no. Sorry, that's funny. Very hard water here. Keep a spare Keurig just in case. Gotcha. This one's years and years old. But it still works. Yeah, so we're just kind of packing the stones in. Glad to hear no one got hurt, as well as that you have a backup coffee pot. The ichor of life must flow, for the power of the bean fuels all. It really does. Well, and in a pinch, I use a pour-over coffee as well. I've got some. That's what I do when we go camping. I wasn't even there. How could you have encounter with me? Right? With gravity. No, gravity works. We work hard, but gravity works harder. Okay. So again, just bringing our little stones. Melita? What's Melita? Gotta have a little fun. That's what I love about my name. The stove will still work. It just needs to dry out first. Gotcha. Could you possibly put tree trips and leaves on outside of the fairy houses? Tree trips. What do you mean by tree trips? And I try to... that's something I've been wanting to expand into. If I'm thinking of how you're talking, where it's like I'm using organic material, like actual tree branches and actual leaves and stuff, and those are very fun. But I like the longevity of the piece. So that's been keeping me from branching into that so far. Melita equals pour over coffee pot. Oh, nice. Gravity imps, right? So I think what we're going to end up doing, you guys, is we got as far as we have in the live streams. And I think I'm going to just make a video of the remainder of this project's build. And that way, if anybody wants to see the beginning stages, like I can probably reclaim some video from that. Oh, yeah? How are you? Where did it hit you? Just on the chin? It's not up by the black eye? That was from earlier? Yeah, well. I love you. No clay branches. No clay branches? I have French press works even if others don't. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. There's some molds you can check into for making logs, branches, and so on Amazon. Okay. Now that'd be cool. Though I don't know. I mean, we might. Because I was thinking about doing this, the rest of this fairy house sculpt in a video. And I don't know if I should do that or if I should just keep doing it in the live streams, because I feel kind of ready to move on to another project, and it's difficult to not sculpt whenever I'm not live streaming. So what do you think? Continuing it in the live stream? All right. That is what we will do. What if I go a little over today? Right on. Meant clay branches and leaves sometimes. Sorry, tiny keep. I understand that. Now, I'm sorry when I have a hard time understanding y'all, but I do empathize with typing on a tiny keyboard. Just breaking off the thing and then putting that like that. I freaking love it. I love that so much. It needs one more little stone up the top. And I'm going to kind of taper this one a little bit. Because, I mean, it's not anatomically correct, but like if I could make whatever the architectural version of anatomically correct, like I want to learn enough about masonry to be able to make a bunch of, like, instead of working on a huge stone, chiseling it down, to work on the little stones and get them to be the shapes and get them to be, like, especially with brickwork, I should start practicing brickwork. If I could cut a bunch of polymer clay to make it be brick sized and then practice the bricklaying, that'd be cool, right? Make a bunch of polymer clay bricks, bake them, then use like to scale. and then practice doing like a herringbone laid like walkway.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Though I've seen some folks use like foam for their dioramas and stuff, and my gosh, it looks so cool. Like, and it's probably a lot more affordable than eating up my polymer clay. Yeah, like it's either EVA or that pink stuff that I made my hooves out of. What about if you do separate projects for separate stream days weeks? That way you can indulge multiple project interests and be productive on multiple fronts. Separate projects for separate stream days. Well, that's the goal, I think, but I thought I was going to be able to get this done in one stream. I was wrong. So wrong. 3 streams later. Well, the thing is whenever it's just me, I can sit down and like make one of the. I made Abby's in like a week. But it had my undivided focus. I was able to work on it for like 8 hours at a time. So, I don't know exactly. I mean, I don't know how it'll play out yet, but we'll figure it out because not every project's going to take this long either. And yeah, it's just this is my first fairy house other than Abby's fairy house in too long. So I'm knocking some real rust off of this one. Because sometimes, like, I'd like to do more projects like this one in our live streams where it's like this project for this stream and it just goes until we're done. As for brickwork, have you watched any Nerd Forge stuff? Yes. Oh, so good. So good. She uses the foam, right? Like, am I thinking... Okay, and so I'm now going to fold that in half. Did I put it away? No, I lost it. There it is. Hey honey, can I hand this back to you before I lose it? Thank you. I'm just going to trim that off. Slice, 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 slice. Because some of these are going to be windowsills too. For our little windows. There's that. And then I'm going to try to have them be different sizes. There we go. Those ones over there. Oh, I cut. Okay, I'll make the windowsills out of these ones. So the pink stuff is, using foam board is amazing for building stuff. The pink and the blue boards are 2 different types. The pink is easier to work with as it's XPS, meaning it's extruded polystyrene, and the blue stuff is those little styrofoam balls that are a pain. Ah, yeah, it's the extruded polystyrene. So the pink stuff is easier to cut and doesn't get all over the place. However, it is a lot more expensive than the blue boards are. If you aren't doing a lot of carving, I'd go with the blue board. But if it's a lot of carving, the pink board is the way to go. Right on. So the archway for the door frame, you might want to take out the 2 middle stones at the point and put one to emulate a capstone keystone. I'm actually going to pull out the 3 to make them a little bit more like even. And I'm going to give them that nice little wedge taper. That's a good thinking. So not perfect, but didn't need to be. The fairies laugh in the face of physics. Rolling that out. Rolling that out. We're going to give it another old foldy roly. Not the old foldy roly, says my Randy. Okay. Oh, just going to get that moved over there. I'm going to slice that off. And then I'm going to slice. And then I'm going to slice. So there's that. Just pinching the ends. So from here, I'm going to use this little bit of wood-looking clay. And I'm adding in some scratches. Any material that comes off, I'm just going to use to add to my scrap clay ball. There we go. And now from here, hopefully this will be enough to do all of my windows. I'm going to slice. And then I'm going to slice. My camera died. Not dead, just crashed. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're slicing. We're dicing. There we go. And so now from here, what is the size of the cutter that we were using for the windows? Okay, so just using the cutter to trim off the ends. There's one. There's two. And there's three. And I think that's all the windows we have, yeah. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it in the window. Oops. And I'm just doing the vertical bit now, because here shortly we'll be doing the little sticky outy horizontal parts. Smoosh. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to cut that flush. Boop. And then I'm just going to cut that. A hot knife is the way to go with foam stuff. It does help seal the edges of the blue foam board. So if you're just cutting shapes out, that works great. But sometimes texturing uses regular knives and stuff, which can be a mess. Gotcha. Oh. Yeah. That foam can be real messy. So just making the little crossbars for the windows. There's that. I know, I really like the sculpting element. And it's so early being back to doing PolymerClay stuff that I don't want to make any arbitrary rules for myself if I don't need them. So I can do it entirely out of PolymerClay, and I can do other stuff too. There's a crafter, there's a way, and we'll figure it out. I just want to let that creativity, because it feels like a spring that stopped flowing, that is flowing again, and I don't want to, jinx it, I guess, or scare it off. I just want to enjoy crafting. And I am. So thank you guys for being here. It's been a phenomenal stream today. I know I was talking about going a little longer, but I need to go mow the yard and do a bit of gardening. And I'm glad that I budget this time to come and sculpt and hang out with you guys, because otherwise I don't know how I'd fit it into the day if we didn't just plan our whole day around it. Set those off to the side. And so I'm going to get to where I've finished the stonework, and we'll get them in baked. And then next time we will be crafting this to completion. Yeah, we'll do a straight across. Because I was thinking, it's like, do we have it be curved? No, I kind of like it just straight across. There's this one. But yeah, I'm gonna be, while we're still here in this house for however long more that'll be, I'm making these to build a fairy village on the front porch. This one will probably stay inside because of the cloche. I just don't want to get the wood wet. But we'll figure it out and we'll see. There we go, just getting a little snip on that. Get to watch the first half of the stream that I missed. Right on, Trigotcha. Straight leaves a place for a possible window box. It does. Oh, I like that. All right, so from here, now we can take, I really only need like half of these. I mean, it really joined them together when we cut it. There we go. Oops. Sometimes my thumbnails get in the way. That's okay. I'm just going to take that and place it. Take that and place it. And I'm going to trim it just to get it to be in line. Well, does anybody have any questions or anything before we head out for the day? We're going to make these a little irregular in how I'll be streaming to finish these on Monday from 3 to 6 p.m. Hopefully I'll update the email before then. It's going to ask if you knew how well the house would hold up outside. Would you recommend resin coating it? The polymer clay, in my experience, holds up very well to the outside. It's the other mosses and things that I wanted to add to this that don't do so well because the birds take them. Hence the cloche or cloche or however it's spelled or pronounced. Yeah. So Woo, there we go. But we will be dual streaming on Kick and YouTube. So thank you to everybody who pops in and shows your support the way that you do. We really appreciate you just being here. Because for all the things that we have going on with, like, I'm so glad that we're home from Anime St. Louis. Like, that was a really big thing. We have a camping trip this weekend that we're really, well, not like today, next week, we won't be here. There won't be a stream. I will be in the woods having some much needed hiding in the woods time. And I think it's going to be awesome. But our friend has their family camping trip and they invited us along. And so we're like, well, hot dog, of course we're going to be there. And then after that, very shortly after that, we are going to Tennessee for Maddie's graduation and to see, to visit the school if it's still available for sale. So if anybody needs some jewelry or tie-dye, you can visit our shop, backtoearthcreations.com, and help support the cause over there and see how, well, we're just going to see where the road takes us on that one. But in addition to that, to those things, we are doing our weekly shop updates are resuming next week with the video tours and the giveaways. And then we are also planting the whole garden this weekend with basically just marigolds and beans. We're going to have some of the, I'm going to see if we can break a world record on the world's fattest groundhog whenever it eats all of my beans. But I've got a mess of old seed and I don't want to leave the beds empty. So cover crop. And beans are probably one of my favorite cover crops because they're just so easy. And you can harvest them. Like, I'll be able to pick some fresh, but then we can just leave them to dry and it helps build the soil. You can plant them dense enough to keep the weeds down. So yeah, I kind of like that. The little stone. Oh, I love it, actually. The stone around the window. Next week, we are on Monday, we're going to be doing the flock moss and we're going to be doing the painting, flock moss, and landscaping. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, hey, Al, St. Louis was everything that we needed it to be. And that was awesome. I was going to tell you. I don't know, there's just, we're trying to simultaneously live like we're going to continue to be living in this house. And so we've still got like our projects and stuff and streaming every Monday and Tuesday. That's what I was going to tell you about. We're trying to get verified over on Kick. So everybody who comes over and watches on Kick and chats really, really helps because we need to get our unique chatters up and we need to get our average viewers up because that might enable us to get to where if we could be getting paid hourly for streaming on Kick without any additional cost to y'all. Oh my God, like that's the dream, right? I think we'd be streaming in our sleep kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, Walk in the Rain says last year a juvenile groundhog came on the deck and helped the birds eat sunflower seeds. Well, that's good of him. Right on, Lydia. Use a spray sealer. We used to use PIM. It hasn't been available, so I just use Mod Podge Ultra in a spritz bottle. They have a matte and a satin variety, and I like both of them. But yeah, so we're still kind of juggling quite a bit of things. Just we don't know where the future is going to take us, but we're trying to be ready for it. So that being said, I got to finish the stonework. But so it feels like a lot, but in a really good way. Aw, thank you, Gravity Falls. As I told myself I was going to finish the stonework, but I've gotten tired all of a sudden. I will get a little bit of TikTok video for our real short TikToks of doing the stone part is how we're going to finish this. So thank you guys so much for being here and for being you and being a part of what we do. And I will see y'all in Monday morning. We have a shop update. And then Monday 3 to 6, we're going to be live streaming this fairy house again. So I will see y'all then. Until then, thank you and happy crafting. Mwah. Bye.